myself. My name is Putri Afriani Christine Sialagan as leader. My NPM 22810006.
So my name is Agassi Bagariang and my NPM is 2281012.
My name is Devortuna Site, NPM 2281007.
The meaning of semantic. Semantic is the study of linguistic meaning. It examines what meaning is, how words get their meaning, and how the meaning of a complex expression depends on its part. Part of this process involves the distance between sense and reference. Sense is given by the idea and concept associated with an expression, while reference is the object to which an expression points. Semantic contrasts with syntax, which study the rule that describes how to create grammatically correct sentences, and pragmatics, which investigate how people use language in communication. Semantics study meaning in language, which is limited to the meaning of linguistic expression. It congregates how things are interpreted and what information they contain. An example is the meaning of word provided in dictionary definition by giving synonym, expression, or paraphrase, like defining the meaning of the term ram as adult male sheep. There are many forms of non-linguistic meaning that are not examined by semantic. Action and policy can have meaning in relation to the goal they serve. Faith like religion and spirituality are interested in the meaning of life, which is about finding a purpose in life or the significance of existence in general. Branches of semantic. The first is lexical semantic, the second parasal semantic, the third formal semantic, the last cognitive semantic. One example of semantic. Example of semantic is slang. Slang is a form of creative and informal language that includes words, phrases, and acronyms used in particular contexts. It often has multiple meaning and can carry underlying connotation based on the context in which it is being used. For example, the slang term lit can be used to describe something as exciting or engaging. Example, that party was late. However, it can also describe someone who may have drunk too much. For example, he was so late last night.
The title of the materials is Language in Use. Language in use refers to the specific word, phrase, and expression that are used in the communication. These include vocabulary, grammar, syntax, and style. The material of language in use can vary depending on the context, audience, and purpose of the communication. It is important to consider the material of language in use when communicating effectively to ensure that the message is clear and appropriate for the situation. Example: here is an example of language in use. Context: a business meeting. Speaker 1: Good morning everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Let's get the start with the agenda. First, we'll review the quarterly financial report. In this example, the language used informal and professional as it is a business meeting.
The third material is the dimension.
The dimension of meaning in semantics refers to the various aspects or components that contribute to the understanding and interpretation of linguistic expressions. In semantic analysis, meaning is not viewed as a monolithic entity, but rather as a multidimensional construct that encompasses different layers or the dimension.
One example of the dimension of meaning is the concept of love. Love can have different meanings for different people and can be expressed in various ways, such as through acts of kindness, words of affirmation, or physical touch. The dimension of meaning in love encompasses feeling of connection, care, and emotional fulfillment, and can vary depending on individual experiences and perspective.
Myth 4. Semantic role. Semantic role, or also known as thematic role or theta role, are a fundamental concept in linguistics. As we all know, each sentence consists of different entities. Semantic roles are used to indicate the role played by each entity in a sentence. Not only can words be treated a container of meaning, or as fulfilling roles in event, they can also have a relationship with each other. To know more about lexical relation, this easy will explore some semantic roles such as agent, patient, jam, experiential, and many others. Here are some common semantic roles. The first is agent, the second experiential, the fourth instrument, the fifth benefactive, the sixth locative or location, the seventh source, and the last goal, agent. Agent is the entity or somebody or something that perform an action or the door of the action. Example, the boy kicked the ball. The boy is the agent. Agent can be human or the boy. As in below, also they can be non-human entities that cause action, as a natural force as in the wind, a machine as in a car, or an animal as in the dog. The boy kicked the ball, the wind blew the ball away, a car ran over the ball, the dog caught the ball. The second is dam. Dam, or sometimes called the patient, is the entity that involved in or affected by the action. In the previous example, the ball was the entity that was affected by the action. Therefore, the ball in the sentence above is the dam or patient. However, the dam can also be an entity, the ball, that is being described, not performing an action. Example, the ball is red. Third is experiential. Experiential is the entity or person who experiences a feeling, affection, or state. Example, John feels happy. Feeling is experiential. Fourth is instrument. Instrument is entity that is used to perform an action. Example, the girl opened the door with the key. The woman cut the cake with a knife. The key is instrument, and a knife is instrument. The fifth is benefactive. Benefactive is the living entity that benefits from the action of the verb. Example, I bought a present for my friend. My friend is benefactive. Locative or location. Locative is the place where the action takes place. Example, John is at the store. Ali is in the office. Source. Source is the entity from which something moves or originates. Example, John is coming from Chicago.
The title of my materials is Lexical Relation. Lexical relation refers to the substance of contents that in use to establish connection between word or lexical items in a language. This relation can include synonyms, antonyms, hyponyms, hypernyms, meronyms, holonyms, and more. The material of lexical relation provides the building blocks for understanding how words are related to each other within a linguistic system. Here are some examples of materials lexical relation. The first, synonym, words that have similar meanings, such as big and large. Antonyms, words that have opposite meaning, such as hot and cold. Hyponyms, words that are specific intents of the more general term, such as rose being a hyponym of flower. Hypernyms, words that are more general terms that encompass specific intents, such as animal being a hypernym of dog. Meronyms, words that refer to the part of a wool, such as wheel being a meronym of car. Holonyms, words that refer to the wood that is made up of part, such as forest being a holonym of the tree. The example illustrate different types of material lexical relation that help us understand how words are connected and related in a language.
So the last material is transition and transfer predicates in semantic. So in semantic, transition and transfer predicates refer to verbs that describe a change in location or position of an entity.
The example of transition predicate. The first is become or ag. The caterpillar became a butterfly. Second, change. ag. The weather changed from sunny to rainy. The third, grow, teller. The example of transfer predicate. The first is move. ag. The package moved from the warehouse to the delivery truck. The second, transport. ag. The goods were transported from the factory to the store. The last is carry. ag. The ants carried food back to their nest. In conclusion, translation predicates focus on describing a change in state or condition of an entity, while transfer predicates emphasize the movement or relocation of an entity from the location to another.